Once upon a time, on the edge of a tranquil pond, nestled among swaying reeds and fragrant rushes, a group of ducklings eagerly awaited the arrival of their newest siblings. Mother Duck, with her soft feathers and gentle eyes, watched over her eggs with great anticipation. Every quack and rustle from within the nest filled her with joy and excitement. Days turned into weeks, and soon the eggs began to crack, revealing tiny beaks and fluffy down. One by one, the ducklings emerged, their bright eyes blinking in the sunlight as they took in their surroundings. They were a sight to behold, sleek and elegant, with feathers as white as snow. But among them was one unlike the others. This duckling was larger than its siblings, with awkward proportions and a patchy coat of feathers that seemed to defy any semblance of symmetry. Its beak was too long, its legs too thin, and its eyes held a sadness that belied its youth. The other ducklings whispered and giggled, casting judgmental glances at their odd sibling. "Look at that ugly duckling," they would say, their voices filled with disdain. The poor creature tried to join in their games, to swim and play like the others, but its clumsiness only served to further isolate it from the group. Mother Duck, though she loved all her ducklings equally, couldn't help but worry for her odd little one. She would often find it alone by the water's edge, its reflection rippling in the gentle breeze as it stared longingly at the sky above. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the ugly duckling grew accustomed to a life of solitude. It wandered the edges of the pond, exploring the world beyond the reeds and rushes, searching for anything that might accept it for who it truly was. But no matter where it went or what it did, it seemed destined to be forever alone. One day, as autumn painted the leaves in shades of gold and crimson, the ugly duckling decided to leave the pond behind and seek out a new home. It bid farewell to its mother and siblings, who watched with a mixture of sadness and relief as it waddled off into the unknown. Along winding rivers and through sprawling forests, the duckling journeyed, its heart heavy with longing and uncertainty. Winter descended upon the land, blanketing the earth in a shroud of ice and snow. The ugly duckling trudged on, its feathers matted and its spirits low. But just when it thought it could go no further, it stumbled upon a humble cottage nestled in a clearing. Smoke curled from the chimney, and the sound of laughter drifted through the frosty air. Curious, the duckling approached the cottage and peered through the window. Inside, a family of geese sat around a crackling fire, their feathers ruffled against the cold. They welcomed the duckling with open wings, offering it warmth and companionship unlike anything it had ever known. For the first time in its life, the ugly duckling felt truly at home. Days turned into weeks, and the duckling grew stronger and more confident with each passing day. It helped tend to the garden, chased away intruders, and even joined the geese on their flights across the sky. With each beat of its wings, the duckling felt a sense of freedom and belonging that it had never known before. But as spring melted the snow and brought new life to the land, the duckling felt a strange stirring within its breast. Its feathers began to molt, revealing beneath them a coat of shimmering white plumage. Its beak shortened, its legs grew sturdier, and its once sad eyes sparkled with newfound joy and vitality. The ugly duckling was no more, in its place stood a magnificent swan, more graceful and beautiful than anything the world had ever seen. The geese marveled at the swan's transformation, their hearts filled with pride and awe. They knew then that the duckling had been destined for greatness all along, that its journey of hardship and loneliness had only served to prepare it for the extraordinary life that lay ahead. As the swan spread its wings and soared into the endless blue sky, it left behind the doubts and insecurities of its past. For it had learned the most important lesson of all, that true beauty lies not in outward appearance, but in the strength of one's spirit and the depth of one's heart. And so, dear reader, the story of the Ugly Duckling comes to a close, but its message of hope and redemption will live on for generations to come. For no matter how lost or alone we may feel, there is always a place in this world where we can find love, acceptance, and the courage to spread our wings and fly.